Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fists a short while ago.
You did?
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us, please. Why, of course, my dear madame. Will I keep you in suspense? This is what I found. Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. The crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close.
How did that crescent moon come to be in Cosmo's clenched fist?
This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Came from her ear. Let me make sure it's the right ear. Where did it come from? Her ear. So just click her ear. It's not letting me select shit. Huh? Oh, you want me to? I forgot I have to rotate it. Yeah. She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear.
I expect that's what it's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry.
An earring, is it? It really is tiny.
Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches to the ear.
If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken.
Okay. Oh, I have to present it.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it must have broken, I suppose. What? But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon. I don't believe it.
Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment where the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no. Angel?
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night.
Oh, wait. This is Pavlova.
And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Darka, wait.
Oh, this is how Cosma dies, I guess.
I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
What? Whose voice is this? What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin...
Just a moment, sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Oh, shit. Oh, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. Damn. This dude knows his shit.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see, so you've run away.
Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then... Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet, and yes, he turned around to look at me. Nah. I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at the cabin doors, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Beef. If they find out, I'll be... Please, I have nowhere to go."
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes. I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in the wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right, that's when you found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway? I closed the wardrobe doors and put back strange paper signs.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Suzuto-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on the floor. I wrote, "So that person who found him would look inside the wardrobe and find Stowaway."
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half. And then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished Job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway?
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Barrier did come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the board on the cabin door to slide shut, creating a locked room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Cosmo about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said at first that made me scared.
What he said first?
Oh, what are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Yes, meaning me. Who's supposed to be acting as his bodyguard?
I thought if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he pulled the bell cord,
May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asuki really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Cosmos, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work's not done yet, it seems. There's one more deduction to make.
What? Another deduction?
Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
I forgot the conversation.
Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed?
Whither?
First, consider the victim's location within his cabin.
That's easy. I remember every detail of that room.
He was going to go get Naruhodo.
I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home. Okay. The wardrobe.
Take that!
Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Cosmo was going to ring the bell cord.
Yes, however, was directly beside the bell cord, the wardrobe.
Wardrobe?
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Ugh. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asugi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion?
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Oski intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh no.
Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Oski was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done?
So at long last...
Oh, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest.
About time.
What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then?
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard.
What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her?
Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then?
No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life.
I see. I'm slowly... Seaman Stroganoff.
I wanted to help our angel no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friends. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police force.
That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Cosmo's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm gonna have to hand you over to council to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
So you should get back to your cabin now.
It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago Cosma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Suzuto-san? Naruto-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life could be over just like that. Suzuto-san? He had such grand ideas for his visit to Great Britain. And now they've been cruelly taken away. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruto-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say.
Is it gonna be Sholmes? I don't know. Oh, I was wrong.
Inspector?
My duty was to see Azuki-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result.
Yeah.
I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now, Huh?
Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo?
The hell? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting.
Sorry?
So I decided to restore them for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny.
Or he thinks this is funny?
Mr. Sholmes, we do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, no, it's a little late. May I offer my sincere condolences? The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope that you'll be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway.
The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Was to be.
In the light of Mr. Asuki's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Suzuro-san.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue surely.
Yeah.
But there is no one with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes.
Miss Suzuto?
Yes.
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but...
I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work.
What?
But But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I have a month in which to study to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo? That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For Kazuma. He said there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make sure it happened. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Suzuto? I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
So what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness.
And fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routines of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector!
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I?
He kinda did get our friend killed.
I said that I'd do anything to make up for my shortcomings.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm gonna try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know, everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And Mr. Naruhodo? I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it was Kazuma-sama would have wanted. name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asugi clan for generations. Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground 3 times. Oh. I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you have never done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from the... No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should have never thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times. Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life.
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Shobes.
I've observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed.
When did he see that?
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling?
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently, it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me.
How beguiling. Come on, end this already. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer.
There he goes, dancing around again.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Susato squash.
Okay, cool.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Cosmo flickered into my mind. Karuma?
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asugi clan.
can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is a soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing you had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Let's go. Achievement. Alright, here's the cool part. They usually start off like a cinematic that's really cool.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
It's my first time hearing them actually talk.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
I hope this isn't the murder he was talking about.
Visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
What's it to you, man?
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Center of what world, bro? What is this supposed to be? Okay. What an incredible place.
It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. There's some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from.
It's certainly unfamiliar. I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again?
This is the Lord Chief Justice's office in the Supreme Court of Great Britain.
The Lord Chief Justice?
We had instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan.
But Kazuma can't.
No. So instead we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death.
Yes.
Having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. If we want to remain here in Great Britain,
I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour.
Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer.
Which is what I've been studying for.
Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London.
Good morning. Sorry for keeping you here.
I trust you aren't.
I can't do that voice.
I trust you aren't too exhausted after a long voyage from Japan. Seems like I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies.
Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do.
How unfortunate. So, introductions. I'm Mel Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire.
Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire.
Yes, thank you.
So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London?
Oh, well, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh?
We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded.
Oh, yes? Astounded is the word. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition will be... What? There's so much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we'll be hosting here in London.
Great exhibition?
Cultural technology achievements from around the globe are exhibited here in our great city. It'll be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris World Fair look like a toy shop.
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world.
What the hell am I doing? This voice isn't coming out right.
The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun.
Lord Chief Justice? I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you?
Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asugi, if my memory serves.
That's right. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break.
It's been a slice.